show where we get comedians to argue the most important topics of the day. And this week, that means that we are arguing about Sylvester Stallone and all of his glorious works. So we have 8 comedians with us tonight, 8 very funny people that are going to debate various questions having to do with Sylvester Stallone. And they'll each get 1 minute to make their case, followed by a 30-second rebuttal. And then you will vote on who you think the winner is. And whoever you like the best will move on to the next round. And in between that time, while the voting's happening, we'll do a little Sylvester Stallone trivia, usually run by May Keith, but she's not here with us tonight because she just recently had a baby. Congrats, May Keith and Alex and Luke. And it's all good. Okay, so with me tonight, and also I should say, Sarah is running all of the software to make the questions pop up and stuff like that. But she's also taking care of a baby right now. So if a question does not come up when I ask it, we're doing the best we can here. We're just trying to have a fun show. So let's go around and say hi to all of our comics. First off, we have one of our good friends, a regular here, Nick Martucci. How's it going, Nick?
Hi, going pretty good. How are you, Sean?
I'm great. I love the background you get going.
Oh yeah, the two. We wish they were our parents. I think I do.
Oh man, what a powerful child they would make.
Yeah. I think here at the premiere of Rhinestone.
Yeah.
Which is a movie I have not seen, but I've seen Sylvester Stallone sing, and I think that's enough.
Yeah, it's probably not great. I would say if you want to watch Rhinestone, you can't find it on Amazon or any streaming service. It doesn't seem to be there. I found it on eBay. You can buy a DVD copy of it for $41. And then plus shipping and handling. So if you want to watch a movie that is 12% positive rating on Rotten Tomatoes, you can order that off of eBay.
Appreciate the plug.
We also have our friend Connor McGrath with us tonight. Hey, Connor, how's it going?
Hello. Hi, Sean. How's it going?
Great. Do you have a favorite Stallone movie?
Young'un.
Oh, thanks. We're just borrowing it. We're babysitting. But do you have a favorite Stallone movie?
I think my favorite would have to be Demolition Man.
Oh, hell yeah.
I like to imagine a future where Taco Bell is the highest end restaurant there is.
It's the highest end restaurant I go to, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Have you watched it recently?
I've watched it within the last few years.
Yeah, you gotta check it out every couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. Well, thanks for joining us. We're gonna have
Absolutely, you're welcome.
I'm sure Demolition Man's gonna come up at some point during the night.
Okay. Looking forward.
We also have our friend Bo Chuckley with us tonight. Hey.
Hello. What's up?
Not much. This topic was your idea, Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm ready to go.
What's the movie that you would watch? What's the movie you've probably watched the most by Stallone?
I've watched Rocky the most.
Yeah,
definitely.
The original.
Yeah, the original Rocky I've watched the most. But other than that, some very close to my heart films, Cliffhangers. Yeah. Cliffhangers on TNT every month.
Yeah.
And Cobra is fantastic. Minimum 4 times a year, check in on that. So yeah, he's great.
Yeah, great. Well, you'll have a lot of chances tonight to sing his praises. So and we also have our friend Jacqueline Wall with us tonight. Hey, Jacqueline.
Hey, Sean. How's it going?
Great. This is your first time on the show. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I'm super excited.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Stallone movie?
I want to give a shout out to Spy Kids 3 as well as Ratchet and Clank.
All right. Ratchet and Clank. I don't think I've seen, but I will check it out.
Awesome.
I'm well acquainted with the Spy Kid movies, obviously. But the other one I don't know. So, but hey, maybe we'll get into them. Maybe there will be a question about it tonight. Probably not, because I wrote most of the questions, but who knows? We also have our friend Lloyd Legacy Sharp with us. Hey, Lloyd.
Hi.
How's it going, champ?
Pretty good. Belt hasn't been ruined yet.
Yeah. You came up to get that belt just like Rocky. That's nice.
Yeah. Came from nothing and somehow I ended up with it after trying and failing so many times.
It's a very Stallone story, man. You know, everybody knows Stallone was penniless right before they bought Rocky from him. So,
which actually ties into my favorite Stallone series, Rocky as a franchise.
The whole thing.
Now, I'm not gonna. Yeah, well, some better than others, but just collective. Yeah, you know. But collectively, I've not enjoyed anything by Stallone as much. Not the rest, not at all. Not the Expendables, but nothing more than the Rocky franchise as a whole. Like that's my thing.
So you're well acquainted with the Rocky franchise. Let me ask you a question, because I don't remember the movies that much, but I know there's like 6 of them before we even get into Creed. Does Rocky stay with? Does Adrian and Rocky? Are they always married? Does he ever get divorced or remarried or anything?
Well, here's the thing. I only saw the first 4.
Oh,
so I don't want to speak. I don't want to speak on the ones that came out later that I deliberately avoided watching to not taint how much I like the other ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it turns out, but as far as I know.
No, I hear you. You're like, we've defeated the Soviet Union. I don't need to see any more.
That was it. I stopped right there. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah, he solved the Cold War. Okay, in case anybody didn't know.
Yeah. All right. So we also have our good friend Carrie Ross with us tonight. Hey, Carrie.
Hi. How is it?
Things are great. I love this background for Zoom shows. It's great.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I didn't make it. Someone else did. But it was, yeah. Blanking on what her name is, but it's awesome. Look at it. And
shout out to what's her name.
Yeah.
What was the most recent Stallone movie that you watched?
Oh man. Okay, it's so silly. It's not a live action thing, but he's an ant that has muscles, and it's just offensive.
Is that Ants? Is that the movie?
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone is an ant. Yeah.
I love the idea of a muscly ant. I don't remember him from that, but did they draw him with like bigger muscles than the other ants?
That's how I'm remembering it. I think he was bigger than the other ants were.
Yeah.
Bigger than Woody Allen's ant was, you know?
Yeah.
He was also in that. Oh, so many problems.
Yeah, I hear it. No, that's a good use of Sylvester Stallone. Just as an ant.
As an ant, yeah.
All right. We also have our friend Angela Sawyer with us today. Hey, Angela.
Hi, nice to see you.
How's it going?
Good. It's very nice. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Of course. It's always good to see you. How recently have you watched a Stallone movie?
Oh, I watched one today.
Oh, nice. What did you watch today?
I watched Demolition Man today.
Oh, sweet. So you know all the best lines from the best Stallone movie.
It was really fun. I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I had forgotten a bunch about it, and it was really nice to see.
Yeah, and it holds up pretty well.
Yeah, it held up much better than I thought.
Yeah.
I liked that one of the dudes from Law and Order is like a minor cop character, and he gets one of the last lines in the movie where he starts swearing all of a sudden, and he's real happy that he's not getting fined for it. It was fun.
Yeah, that is a good time. I think when I watch like Demolition Man and really any Wesley Snipes movie, I feel like, however you feel about police and prison abolition and all that stuff, like we should have just never put Wesley Snipes in jail anyways. I mean, the man has done enough, right?
That's right. He doesn't deserve it. Yeah, the two movies that I watched most recently were Demolition Man and Creed. And like I know that Stallone, we already realized he solved the Cold War, but also because of Creed, racism. Great job.
Yeah, I mean, he got right in there and solved it. It's Michael B. Jordan is you know, beat up. Who did he beat up in that movie? I can't remember. I saw the first one.
He doesn't quite win, but I don't know the actor's name, but it was the Creed movie was pretty good.
Yeah. All right. And we have one more comic with us. We have Nova Mangini. Hey, how's it going, Nova?
Good. How are you?
Great. I love the background, repping Demolition Man as well.
Yeah. It's the thing I look forward to most about the year 2032.
But the food that they serve is like, it's like a little platter of like one nacho and one little like hill-like thing.
Deconstructed tacos. I could work with that.
Deconstructed tacos. Yeah, I gotcha. Have you watched the Rocky series and the Rambo series and all that too?
I mean, over the course of my life, yeah.
Yeah.
But not in prep for this, because that would have been just too many movies to watch. I watched I tried watching Cliffhanger today, but the AMC app kept just crapping out midway through the movie, so I don't get to see whatever else happened in front of the green screen of the mountains. And then I switched over to Staying Alive, which he's not in, but he directed, and his brother represents in there, the Stallone family. I forget that movie. It's so bad. It's so bad, but I mean, he was the director, so I felt like it was still relevant to this.
Yeah, it was definitely relevant. I love that you like did some homework for the show, and I also love that you trashed AMC on this YouTube channel because they deserve it.
Works.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into some debates, and then we'll do some trivia in between each debate. So our first debate tonight will be between Nick Martucci and Connor McGrath. So, Nick, it's up to you to decide whether you want to go first or second here.
I will go second.
Second. Okay, so Connor, your question is from Ken Green, and he asks, what's the more useless item in Rocky IV? Is it the robot that just rolls around or Polly?
Okay, start?
Yeah, you're up.
Okay. Well, I think the most useless item in Rocky IV would have to be Polly. Polly's not really much of a plot point, and the robot in Rocky IV is so magnetic and so like such a force of charisma that Rocky, aka Sylvester Stallone, decided to edit him out of Rocky IV. The future editions of Rocky IV that'll be seen by the next generations will not include Polly's robot. And in addition to all of that, Polly was horny for the robot. I think Polly admitted that the robot was the stronger character in Rocky IV. I mean, it looks lame now, but back in 1985, Polly's robot was, a force of nature. It was like a marvel of technology. It could serve you drinks. It could act like a sexy lady. It could do a cool electro pop tune. So I would say, I think Polly's robot stole the show in Rocky IV to the point where it distracted from the old ending the Cold War plot, and Sylvester Stallone decided to edit it out. That's my timer going off.
Without Polly, there would be no robot in Rocky IV. Polly needs to be there. He needs to be a piece of shit that nobody wants to be around so that we can bring a robot into the movie. Who's good? The robot says, "Happy birthday, Polly." It can't just say happy birthday. Happy birthday who? That's a useless robot. You need a predicate to that subject. Polly needs to be in every Rocky movie, so someone's there to tell Rocky that he's not going to make it. It's always Polly. He's always drunk. He's always ready to beat Rocky up, but he's always in his side. He's always there to push him over the edge. You need that drunk little piece of shit brother-in-law to move you forward. Speaking as an Italian, I wouldn't be anywhere without a fat, drunk little brother-in-law.
Time. Connor, you have 30 seconds.
Well, I would say in rebuttal to that, I think the Paulie's sole purpose in Rocky IV is to kind of like be a sidekick for the robot. You know, he doesn't really have much else going on in the movie. He's just kind of has that love-hate dynamic with the robot. I think it's a little bit unfair of a question. I think they're both integral part, but I think Paulie, he's focused entirely on the robot. His hatred, which turns into a love-lust relationship with the robot.
If the robot was so important to the Rocky franchise, why didn't it make it to the next Rocky movies? Paulie makes it to number 5. He makes it to number 6. That makes Paulie more important than the robot. That makes him more important than Adrian. I hate to say it, but Sylvester said it. The robot is just a toy. It's a toy that Sylvester Stallone, the person, bought for his autistic son and decided, this is pretty cool. I'm going to put it in his movie, which is also how Paulie got in the movie.
Time. All right. A lot of great points here. And, you know, there's no way that I could decide a winner on my own. I'm not some kind of tyrant. So it's up to you, the audience, to choose your winner. So if you look in the description below this video on YouTube, there will be a link where it says pickasidestupid.com polling or voting. And if you click on that, you can go vote for who you think won, whether it is Nick or Connor. And while everybody's voting, I will ask a trivia question. And I guess I'll start the trivia tonight with Angela. So Angela, your question, do you know a lot of trivia about Stallone or no?
No, but I'll try anyway.
Okay. So this one I didn't know before today, but I found it. So before the screenplay for Rocky was sold, Sylvester Stallone was struggling to pay for food, and he had a bull mastiff that he sold to a stranger outside of a 7-Eleven. And then after the screenplay for Rocky sold, and he had some money, he bought his dog back from that guy. Now, the question is, how much did Stallone pay to get his dog Butkus back? And your options are $0. The owner decided he was more of a cat person. B, $400. C, he made a deal where in exchange for his dog, the owner got to play Paulie in the movie. Or D, $15,000 and said that he was worth every penny.
I'm trying to decide how. I think it took that movie a while to get famous. So I'm going to guess $400. I think that the dog is definitely worth $15,000, but the owner didn't know at the time how much the dog was worth. He just knew it was worth something. That's my guess.
That's a great guess. $400 sounds like a good amount for a dog, but the actual answer is $15,000.
Crazy.
Yeah, Rocky was a big hit, like right off the bat.
Oh.
And Stallone made a lot of money. I think. Well, this is probably before it was even made. He just got paid from selling the screenplay, but he apparently had enough money to pay $15,000 to get his dog back. So pretty good deal.
I bet his family liked that.
Yeah, right. Hey, can we get a car first? No. Can get this dog in a little mini saddle. I know you're not supposed to ride dogs, but if you've ever seen a bull mastiff, it's possible. I think Stallone's only like 5'5", so it could be very low body fat. So maybe you might be able to make it around. All right. Well, let's see how this voting went. And see who was chosen in the first round by our audience and who's moving on in the debate. So in the first round, Nick Martucci is the winner, and he'll be moving on. Thank you, Connor, for playing. If you want to stick around, I'll have a trivia question for you pretty soon, probably.
Absolutely, yeah, I'll stick around.
Cool. All right. So next up, the next debate will be between Joe Buckley and Jacqueline Wall. So, Joe, do you want to go first or second here?
I will go second.
Okay. Jacqueline, your question about Stallone is, this is having to do with the movie Demolition Man. So your question is, would you rather be served a single nacho at a fancy Taco Bell or eat a rat burger in a sewer?
All right. I absolutely would love a single nacho at a fancy Taco Bell. The fanciest Taco Bell I've ever seen was, covered in rats. So I would be honored to join one in the future that looks beautiful. And I imagine that this amazing Taco Bell nacho is going to be full of nutrients. It's going to taste fantastic. It's going to completely blow my mind. Can't be that expensive, right? It's one freaking nacho. So I'll take that. I'm not going to pay for something else. And I think just the environment of the place, lovely. And yeah, it's not even a debate. Why would you eat anything else? Nacho it is.
Time.
Yeah, I'm going with a rat burger. That's an easy decision. Taco Bell in 2032, I'm guessing not that cheap because with inflation, it's probably around $47. I'm going to guess by that time. Plus, there's no salt. There's nothing that's bad for you, which means it tastes like shit. Okay, if there's nothing that's bad for you, it tastes horrible. That was a greasy, horrible crap rat burger, and it probably tasted like gold because he washed it down with a beer because somehow they still have Budweiser, even though everything was gone. They had perfectly intact Budweiser bottles underground, which is awesome. I'm glad Budweiser's still making money in 2032 somehow. But yeah, I'm going rat burger because it didn't cost you much. It only cost him Sandra Bullock's Casio. He just took it off her wrist and he got a rat burger. So it was free.
Well, to rebuttal that, I will just say 2032, not that far off. I don't think we're going to be entirely rid of salt, but I understand. And I will say that if that is the case, I don't think your body can handle a rat burger. That's going to go right through you. You're going to shit out the rat live. And, also, we'll probably have the technology at that point for this nacho to have every nutrient you need, and my body won't be ready for anything else. So it'll be the best thing I've tasted so far. I'm absolutely confident of that. You can't digest rat burgers at that time.
Yeah, I know when I go to Taco Bell, I go for the nutrients. That's why I'm there. That's why I'm there at 2:00 in the morning after I've got my nutrients from all the booze I've been having. I would still stick with the rat burger, man. Plus, you could saw his face when he bit into it, how great it was. He didn't even know. And then when she told him, he didn't give a shit. He was like, okay, great. It's a rat burger. Awesome. And he kept on living his life, killing it down there in the, underground in LA. So, yeah, rat burger all the way. Plus, it had a good, healthy roll.
All right. A lot of good points here. Tough decision, but, it's going to be to you, the audience, to decide. So check out the link in the description right below. And it'll say pick a side stupid /voting or something like that. I don't know, but just click on the link. Definitely not going to steal your identity or anything like that. Just fill out all of the questions about your social security number and your first dog's name. And then you can vote for either Jacqueline or Joe. And in the meantime, let's do a trivia question with is Connor still here? Connor, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, great. I got a trivia question for you while we're waiting for the votes to roll in. So, in the movie Rocky, everybody knows Stallone's famous character Rocky, but that's actually like a nickname in the movie. So, in the movie, what is that character's real first name? Is it A, Robert, B, Tony, C, Geppetto, or D, Sean?
It's Robert.
That's correct. Wow. I did not know that. Did everybody in this group know that?
I just learned it.
Okay.
I think his son Rocky Jr. goes by Rob or something in one of the later ones.
There you go. That makes sense. Yeah. This whole time I was just like, of course his given name at birth was Rocky. His
Seems
mother
like
was
somebody whose parents would give him the birth name of Rocky.
And we shall call him Rocky. So yeah, it was Robert Rocky Balboa, and not Geppetto. I was trying to think of like the most Italian names I could think of. And I remember that. I read it somewhere. I don't know. I can't remember now. But all right. So the votes are in, and in a close one, our winner of this round is Jacqueline Wall. So Jacqueline will be moving on to the next round. And Joe, we'll hit you up with a trivia question next time if you think you can get some Stallone trivia correct.
Yes.
Nice. Sweet. All right. So we'll see you after this next debate. So this debate now will be between Lloyd Legacy Sharp and Nova Mangini.
Oh, God.
You beat me last time.
Lloyd, do you want to go first or second?
Second, Sean, please. Thanks.
Second. Okay, great. Nova, your question is from Ken Green, and he asks, who would be the better crime fighting partner? If you were fighting crime and you had to take on a partner, who would be better at it? Cash, Kurt Russell from Tango and Cash.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Cash or your mom?
Oh, my mom for sure.
Okay.
My mom has like creepy detective skills. She always wanted to be a spy. So, she's just nosy. She's a nosy Somerville Irish girl. But yeah, she is not only really good at finding out information, she's also scrappy, and she could kick some ass if she do. If I wish anybody in here had met my mom, because my mom has a real threatening demeanor about her. She would be a great partner for fighting crime for sure. I watched Tango and Cash last night, and I fell asleep through half of it. So if that couldn't keep my attention, then I'm definitely going with my mom.
All right, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Gonna go with Cash, partner. My mother wouldn't make a very good partner because she's a bit preoccupied at the moment being dead. Time.
Yikes. Nova, you're up. Your rebuttal to Lloyd.
Yeah. So that's awkward. But basically, my mom could kick your ass. That's all I have to say about that. Also, Kurt Russell, what have you done lately? Nothing. Get out of here.
I will say my mom probably could kick some ass if she wasn't dead. So gonna go with the partner that's a bit more available at the moment. Time.
All right, so many good points here. So if you go to the voting link in the description below, you can either vote for Lloyd, or you can vote against Lloyd's dead mom if you want.
That's horrible.
So you can vote for Lloyd or Nova. So head into the link right below. And I don't want you to feel, any pressure to vote for Lloyd just because of what we just heard. But all right.
Kurt Russell can watch this and Lloyd's mom can't. He's gonna be.
Oh man. All right. Hey, Joe, are you ready for some trivia?
Yes, I am.
Cool. All right. So your question is about the movie Oscar. Have you ever seen Oscar?
Oscar?
Yeah, it's a Stallone movie.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's a Stallone movie. I didn't know. No.
Okay. Well, this one's about that. So staying on the theme of names, in the movie Oscar, Stallone plays an Italian mob boss. What is his character's name? Is it A, John Spartan, B, Luigi Mario, C, Oscar Pistorius, or D, Angelo Provolone?
Hey, I'll go with his last name is Provolone?
D is Angelo Provolone.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with D on that one. Yeah.
With Angelo Provolone?
Yes.
That is correct. His last name is Provolone in the film. Angelo Provolone. It's a wacky film. It's called Oscar, but there's nobody named Oscar in it until I think the final 30 seconds of the movie. So really very fun.
Sounds fantastic. Really big stretch for him playing an Italian guy,
huh? Yeah, I mean, is he Italian?
Sounds like one.
Is Stallone. I didn't know that was an Italian name. Sylvester. Okay. Well, nobody said that he could act, so he's going to take the roles that he can get. Well, let's see how the votes are coming along. All right, the results are in, and in an exact tie, we have an exact tie right now. And I don't know. I don't know what to do with that,
My mom log on and vote for me.
You what?
Oh.
Wow.
It's a competition.
Sorry, that's horrible.
It's a competition. Thanks, right?
I feel like Bill McMorrow is on this show right now, right? With all the dead parents talk happening.
What the fuck are we even doing here? Oh,
all right. Well, let's do this next debate, and then we'll come back and figure out. I'm gonna reset this poll. I'm gonna reset this poll for Lloyd and Nova, and I want you guys to vote again because there's 9 people in here in the voting app right now, and only 6 voted. We have an odd number. Somebody should win this. So vote right now. Hopefully we'll end 5-4. And now 10 people are in there. God damn it. Vote anyways. Okay? Just vote, and we'll see who moves on. Now there's 11 people. Are you all joining just to mess with me? Okay, listen, we've got 11 people. We've got 12 people. Listen, stop signing in. Or no, one more. We got one more. Okay, 11 now. So nobody else sign in. I want all 11 people voting, and then we'll see who wins this one. and I'm gonna do the countdown right now. Okay, so what, Lloyd or Nova has to win. We're not doing another question. I only wrote enough just to get by. I'm not doing extra credit over here.
That's the Stallone approach.
Okay. The votes are in, and Nova has won in a close one. So thank you all for re-voting and giving us a clearer picture of who you wanted to move on there. Thanks, Lloyd. If you want to hang out and do a little Stallone trivia, that would be great.
Sure.
Awesome. All right. So I will talk to you after this next matchup, which is between Angela Sawyer and Carrie Ross. So, Angela, do you want to go first or second?
I'm going to go first.
First, okay. Great. Your question is, what makes you a better boxer, drinking raw eggs or chasing chickens?
Oh, boy. That's so tough. I'm going to go with chasing chickens because, one, as we've seen in the Rocky movies, chickens are very difficult to catch. Also, they are the ultimate evil. We know this just from our lives, not necessarily from Rocky movies. If you've met chickens, you know they are the junior high school students of animals. They live to find someone who is different from them and then kill it. That's their only purpose. So I think going up against chickens is excellent prep, not just chasing them, but facing the evil of chickens is excellent prep for facing, the evil of the Cold War, racism, whatever it is that Rocky has to battle. And we know that he has battled them all and won. So I think chickens are the perfect enemy and can train you to have the heart of a fighter, which is what it's all about.
Todd. All right, Carrie, you're up.
Okay, well, I mean, drinking raw egg yolk. I mean, I think maybe it primes your, tongue to talk like this or whatever. That's not a good voice. But, whatever he does, I mean, I know getting hit in the face is what does that. Maybe it'll just, let it, make it come, make it be a little bit easier. And, I mean, maybe you maybe wouldn't be the greatest like fighter technically, but like you would be like the kind of person that doesn't wear that leather jacket. They wears that leather jacket. What do leather jackets have to do with fighting? Everything, I guess. In Philadelphia. No, I don't know. Yeah, I think they should have just made as many Rocky movies as possible until Sylvester Stallone's knees went out. That's the only kind of movie.
Clearly, they are still making all the Sylvester Stallone movies, and his knees are long gone.
Oh man!
Also, I want to say the question is whether you can be a better fighter by chasing chickens or drinking raw egg yolks. But I think that, in a sense, drinking raw egg yolks is a subset of the chasing chickens world. Because it is, if you're chasing chickens, you can't just do it in the moment. You can't just like do it and walk away. You have to make your life about chickens.
All right, Carrie.
Angela. Oh yeah. Wait. Okay. Well, I mean, chickens are. Have you ever seen what a chicken's head does when you hold it in a sweet way and then its head goes back and forth like this? You can do the same thing if you're a boxer, if you get hit enough, and because they have that new kind of surgery. It's the one where instead of sounding like you're from Philadelphia, you sound like you're from underneath Philadelphia.
All right, so many great points here. And it's up to you, the audience, to choose your winner. So head into the voting website, which is in the description right below. You can find the link. Just click on that. And we've got 11 people in there. So enough for a uneven number. We should have a definite winner. So everybody vote. I will say, Lloyd, I have a trivia question for you if you're still around and interested.
Yes, please.
Cool. All right. Actually, a lot of people have mentioned this already tonight, and it's about the way that Stallone talks. You know, he's got sort of like a little bit of a slur in his speech. And my question for you, Lloyd, is how did Sylvester Stallone suffer nerve damage that partially paralyzed his face? That's why he slurs and why he has that kind of weird droopy look on one side, because he had nerve damage. Yeah. So your question is, how did he suffer that nerve damage? And your options are A, during the filming of Rocky, he took an uppercut from Carl Weathers that messed him up good. B, during childbirth, the doctor accidentally severed a nerve while trying to deliver him. C, by playing stickball in the streets of Philadelphia. Or D, as a small child, he got hit in the face with a bocce ball.
So I am going to think of my top 20 at number 20 Bruce Springsteen song and say that it's the streets of Philadelphia.
That's right. That's what that song's about. Is actually about how Stallone got injured. No, the answer is actually that he sustained the nerve damage while his mother was giving birth to him. Yeah, it was a difficult birth, and they had to use apparently like 2 forceps and somehow he used a knife and they cut the nerve, and now he has, I guess, what they call Bell's palsy. So
well, at least they set him up well for the role.
Yeah, that's true. And it worked out really well for him in the end. So let's see how the voting went this time. The results are in, and our winner this round is Angela Sawyer. So Angela, be moving on to the next round. So now we're down to four comics left, 3 questions left, and we will have a champion tonight. So the next matchup will be between Jacqueline Wall and Nick Martucci. And Jacqueline, it will be up to you whether you want to go first or second here.
I'm going to go second.
Second, okay. So, Nick, your question is, which of Sylvester Stallone's characters do you think would face more challenges in real life? Being a cop sent to prison, that's like half of his movies, or like an Oscar being a mob boss turned banker.
Well, I think the more difficult one is the only thing that's ever going to happen, and that's a mob boss being a banker. Sylvester Stallone isn't a great actor, and he can't just live a role that he can't first observe. So if we're going to send the first cop to prison, it's not going to be Sylvester Stallone. No, he's going to have a more difficult time in the world trying to go from a mobster to a less scrupulous career as a banker. Where first he would try to spread out his money to his family instead of taking it from yours. I think that's a harder thing, but it's something Sylvester can do. I don't think any of us can even imagine what it would be like if a cop went to prison.
All right.
Well, I think he will struggle the most being a cop who goes to prison. You know, he would do very well as a cop. He's strong, he's tough, he gets to beat people up with no repercussion. And now all of a sudden he's in prison, and he'll likely get very, very quickly sent to like isolation, his own cell. What's he gonna fight? He's gonna start beating the shit out of the wall. He's gonna tire himself out. He can't drink raw eggs in prison. He's gonna there. Who's he gonna socialize with? He's just gonna talk to himself. Just, I wanna fight, capiche? Start imagining people. He's going to get really into it. And, you know, he'll lose a lot of power. And that'll be hard for someone as successful and famous and tough as Sylvester Stallone. And they probably don't have the workout gear that he would want in order to keep all that testosterone, you know, calm and not exploding everywhere. So I think that'll be a really, really big struggle for him.
Stallone beating a wall, talking to himself, saying, "I want to fight, capiche?" That's Stallone's morning routine. He always wakes up and psychs himself out for the day. That's just going to move from one place to... His family doesn't listen to him anymore. He's used to living in solitary. He can thrive in that. He can't thrive among the people. He can't thrive in a 9-to-5 job. That's not why... If you fight, you fight. You can't fight people in a bank. This is what I've been told time and time again.
I do think he would make a great banker, however, because Stallone is a very big jokester. You can see it a little bit in his movies, but his personality, you know, he likes to act tough, but he's really a sweetheart and he makes jokes. And I think when bankers, you know, as a banker, he'll be able to, you know, mess around, make little quips with people. That'll keep him happy. Whereas in prison, he's going to go nuts. He's going to die soon anyway, you know? We don't need to put him in there to suffer for the rest of his life. Let's let him hang out at the bank, make some friends.
Time. All right. A lot of good points here, but it's going to be up to you, the audience, to choose your winner. So head into the Pick a Side voting app right below. You can find it in the description and just click on that and you can vote for either Jacqueline or Nick. And while we're waiting for the votes to roll in here, Carrie, are you still there? Because I got some more trivia if you're interested in doing a little trivia question.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Sweet. Okay. So I have a Sylvester Stallone trivia question for you. And, you know, in the early days, he had a lot of trouble getting cast in any movie at all. It was just a hard time for him. You know, he wasn't always the superstar that you know and love. So this happened. Stallone attempted to be an extra in the movie The Godfather. And it was a big party scene with over 300 extras. Okay, they hired 300 people to be in the scene. And Stallone didn't get to be one of the extras. And my question is, why wasn't he chosen? And your options are A, because he would, quote, stand out because he was too handsome. B, he was, quote, too recognizable from Rocky. C, he, quote, didn't look Italian enough. Or D, Stallone used to bully Francis Coppola back in high school.
I don't think it's that one. Maybe it is. Okay, so the too handsome one also feels like a. I wish I knew what the answer was because I don't. So the okay, what was the second option again?
The second option was that he was too recognizable from Rocky.
Recognizable. I'll go with that option. Is it wrong?
I mean, it's a good guess, but it is not the correct answer. So, The Godfather actually came out before Rocky.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So he was not recognizable yet, and this was when he was still struggling to get
right.
roles.
You got that. And I was like, it's a trick question.
It was a trick question. He was actually told that he didn't look Italian enough.
Oh, I mean, I didn't, you know, I didn't want to say it because I have no idea. But...
No, I think that one I think was a tough question because who would have thought? But I do think the Stallone bullying Francis is it sounds ridiculous, but they are closer in age than you would think.
Oh, okay.
I think they're only like 6 years apart, which I know they would be in high school at the same time, but that's closer than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Yeah. So, all right. Let's see what the results are from this last one. Oh, the votes are in, and it's 5-5. It's an exact tie again. I'm closing it. I'm resetting this. You guys are gonna have to vote again. We got 15 people in the website right now ready to vote. So that's an odd number. We should be able to have 8-7, right? So get your vote in. We're not moving on 2 people. It just can't happen, you know? Did Rocky and Apollo Creed tie? No, you know,
Yeah,
that's not
The first
how
one.
that movie go. Wait, what?
He goes the distance. He doesn't. It doesn't win.
Wait, if he doesn't win, then how's it a feel-good story?
He actually
An Italian gets
He
the
falls in
he
love.
lost a split decision.
Yes.
It
If
was
he
just
ties,
like
he
the
ties.
distance was a big deal.
Okay, well, this isn't Rocky, okay? This is real life, and you all need to vote. And you know, we'll see who wins here. I'm doing the countdown again so that we can get the new results.
Sean, I love how you use Rocky as that example. It's like it got finalized. I mean, it's not like they keep making Rocky movies over and over and over again.
I mean, there was an end to it, right? I mean,
No, it's still going.
okay. Well, we redid the poll, and thank you all for voting because now we have a clearer picture of this one. And our winner this round is Jacqueline Wall. So Jacqueline will be moving on to the final debate here, and we will soon find out who's going to face her in this matchup between Angela Sawyer and Nova Mangini. So, Angela, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
First, great.
I like
Okay.
first.
Yeah, it's a good way to go. Okay, your question is from Steve Albert, and what he wants to know is which Arnold Schwarzenegger movie would have been better with Stallone instead? And your options are Kindergarten Cop or Last Action Hero.
Okay. I remember nothing about either of those movies, but I think the clear choice is Kindergarten Cop. Sylvester Stallone, if there's anybody that you want to talk to preschoolers, it's someone who doesn't completely form words. That's who you want. You want someone who's on their level. And also, if you've ever been around toddlers, they just run everywhere. And Stallone is going to be great at scooping up 10 at once with his giant arms. And he can also use his muscles to, as the kids get taller and taller, he can, squeeze harder and harder so that they never realize that they got too tall. And I think that's a perfect use of his time. We all know that Stallone has, that softer side. And who better to bring it out than a bunch of tiny people who will puke on you? Seems perfect.
All right, I definitely disagree with that. I think he could have been in Last Action Hero because that movie, if I remember right, is about a kid who finds comfort in watching these action movies featuring this star, which could really be any generic action movie star. So that could easily be, pluck him out, put Stallone in. Whereas Kindergarten Cop is so distinctly Schwarzenegger with the accent. Like the only lines I remember from that movie are things like "It's not the tumor," or him being way taller than Sylvester Stallone. Like he definitely towered over those kids more. And Stallone, I think he looks big on screen, but if you're putting him with kids, it's not going to be as intimidating as it is putting Schwarzenegger next to kids. I just think that Schwarzenegger's voice is more distinctly part of the Kindergarten Cop character than it would be Last Action Hero, which is just to me any generic action star.
Fair enough, but I have to say that now that Schwarzenegger has moved on to politics, Sylvester Stallone is in reality the last action hero. He's the only one who isn't dead. He's like the only one left. He's 1,000 years old, and he is the last one. And we're all here talking about him, so we're like the kid watching the last action hero. Also, oh,
It sounds like you just made my argument for me because you just said that Stallone is the last action hero, making him the perfect replacement for Schwarzenegger in The Last Action Hero. So thank you for completing my argument. And that's my time.
All right, great points by everybody all around. It's up to you to vote for your winner here. And let's all make sure to vote so that it's not a split decision once again. Get in there, vote for Angela or Nova. The link is right below this video in the YouTube description. Pick a side, stupid /voting. And just get in there and choose your favorite. And we'll see who's moving on to the next round. And while the voting is happening, why don't we ask a trivia question of Nick Martucci? Hey, Nick.
Hi.
This is a question about the film Rocky. So Rocky won all but one of the following Academy Awards in 1977. Which award did the film not win out of the four listed? Okay. A, Best Picture. B, Best Director. C, Best Film Editing. Or D, Best Actor.
Well, you see, Stallone was only nominated for one of those awards. And if you win an Oscar, you don't go on to make a movie called Oscar. Stallone did not win Best Actor for Rocky.
That's correct. That is correct. Rocky won Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Film Editing at the Academy Awards in 1977, but it did not win Best Actor, despite Stallone's great performance.
That's why it was such a big deal when he was nominated for Creed. And I think he lost again.
Yeah, he was nominated for Best Actor for Rocky, but he did not win. I think Peter Finch won that year, if I'm remembering correctly now. You know who would probably know this is R.A. Bartlett, who is watching on YouTube. I saw him commenting, and I bet he knows who won the. I bet he knows who won the Oscar for Best Actor in 1977.
We don't have any other way to find out.
There's nothing. There's nothing else we could do. We threw it out there for RA, and if he doesn't know, I don't know what resources we could turn to at that point. Yeah. So we'll be watching the comments to see if he can confirm. And let's see how the votes have, what the results from the votes are at this point. So good amount of votes in. Thank you everybody for logging in and voting. And I have all your social security numbers now, so that's great. And I'm only gonna rack up like $15 to $20 on each of your accounts at a JCPenney near me. So I appreciate it. And our winner this round is Angela Sawyer. So Angela is moving on to.
No, but you were robbed.
It's a very pleasant, it's a very pleasant group in here. When you win and you're just like, the other person got robbed. And I do miss doing these live because usually a lot of these would end with a hug, and that was pleasant as well. But
and I miss being able to grab a chair whenever someone says something they didn't like.
You can still grab a chair. It has less of an effect though, Lloyd. There were certainly times when we were doing this at Maggie's Lounge where Lloyd would stand up with a chair and somebody that had not been to the show before was like, what is happening right now?
Don't say, Lloyd, do you have a chair? Don't assume he has a chair.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have assumed. I shouldn't have assumed that he had a chair. You're right. So, yeah, Peter Finch won for network. Okay. RA has confirmed it. He said Peter Finch won. Here we go. So hey, our last debate of the night. This is for the championship here. Is between Angela Sawyer and Jacqueline Wall. And Angela, it'll be up to you whether you want to go first or second here.
I'm gonna go first.
First, okay. So your question is about the movie Rhinestone.
Oh, nice.
Which I know, is everybody's favorite. But Rhinestone was a flop of a movie. And it starred Sylvester Stallone and Dolly Parton. But some good did come out of this. So who got the better deal in the end? Was it Dolly Parton, who actually scored 2 top 10 hits off of the soundtrack for Rhinestone? Or was it Sylvester Stallone, who got to spend months hanging out with Dolly Parton?
Boy, well, I gotta say, in the fight between Dolly Parton and money, Dolly Parton definitely is better. She could topple capitalism. She's fantastic. Everyone loves Dolly. No one could possibly hate her. And definitely, like, the experience of just hanging out with her and making up a song about how you're the Frankenstein of drunkenness and then singing it for people, like Sly did, like, that's a great experience for him to have. It was a terrible experience for us to have, but for him, an amazing, amazing experience. So I think he won the world. Like, if there's anything that would make you want to become an action star and like write your own movies and direct them and go through all that stuff and live really hard until you get discovered and all that, it's that you get to hang out with Dolly Parton.
Well, I'm going to have to say, Angela, that Dolly got the better deal getting to hang out with Sylvester Stallone for all that time. Amazing, and I'm sure she got some wonderful eye candy for months and months. Elton John is actually quoted saying Sylvester Stallone is the most heterosexual man I've ever met. So who knows? Maybe they had a little fun while they were on set. And she definitely also got the better deal getting, 2 hits out of that. What did he get out of that? He's a little embarrassed. He's even said, I can't sing or dance in the first Rocky. He says that, and it's real life too. So he goes there, he gets to learn from her, but really just embarrasses himself. And she gets to remember how amazing she is watching him attempt to do anything other than punch things and talk half words over and over. So, yeah.
Okay, Dolly Parton was going to have many, many, many hits anyway. She would have been fine without this movie. This movie was my dad's favorite movie, which just says bad things about my dad. It's an unwatchable movie. It's really terrible. The only thing that you get out of it is the joy of realizing that Dolly's guns are bigger than Stallone's, and that's a great thing, and she deserves credit for it. And she's fucking amazing. So I love Dolly Parton. Sly's great.
I mean, you're saying Sly is great. Dolly did get to spend all of that time with him. And I think that, she would have made some hits anyway. But what other movies is she in? Is this her best film? She got to star with Sylvester Stallone. How many artists get to say that? She gets to point to this on her IMDb. That's a big deal, He's a big guy. They both got big guns, but Dolly definitely got the better deal getting to hang out with him and look at those Italian stallion arms.
All right, a lot of good points here, but it's going to be up to you, the audience, to choose your winner. Head into the Pick a Side Stupid app right now. The link is in the description below, right there on YouTube. Pick a Side Stupid voting. And, just go in there, pick Jacqueline or Angela. We need everybody to vote so that we have a definite winner. We can't do a tie here. They don't want to split the accolades, the prestige of winning Pick a Side Stupid, and especially the Stallone, week. And while everybody's voting, I will ask another trivia question of Nova, if you want to hop in here. Great. I'd love to ask you how the 3 seashells work, but I know that was never resolved. Otherwise, I would.
Comfort.
What's that?
With great discomfort. That's how they
I bet. Yeah. Okay, so your trivia question is actually about the movie Rhinestone. So this movie was made in 1984, and Sylvester Stallone turned down what movie in order to make Rhinestone with Dolly Parton? Rhinestone was really panned by critics, although Stallone said that he had a lot of fun making it. But he did turn down this movie in order to make it. And your options are A, Ghostbusters, B, Star Trek, The Search for Spock, C, Beverly Hills Cop, or D, Footloose.
Ooh, I can't picture him in any of those. Oh my God. Wait, read them to me again, because I'm trying to picture him physically in any of those movies. And it's
Sure, yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of fun to try and think about him in any of these ones.
Yeah.
So is either A, Ghostbusters, B, Star Trek, The Search for Spock, C, Beverly Hills Cop, or D, Footloose?
Oh, wow. I mean, I would love to picture him in Footloose because it's just very amusing. But just because there's more cast members, I'm going to go with Ghostbusters.
It's a great guess. It is not the right answer. The correct answer is Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, I can't.
Rob! No, Rob!
Lloyd has the right reaction over there.
Yeah.
You want to know something crazier, Sean?
Yeah.
So he got the script for Beverly Hills Cop, rewrote it, and you know what came out? Cobra.
Oh. No
And
kidding.
then he convinced some moron to make Cobra, and then that happened. But yeah, the original script, when he rewrote it, they're like, "What are you doing? This is a comedy." He goes, "No." And then he tried to rewrite it, and then Cobra happened.
That is great. That is great movie trivia knowledge.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that he was just like, no, I'm gonna make this like darker and grimier, and they're like, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, he turned down Beverly Hills Cop to do Rhinestone, and
good.
You gotta think that's up there with like when Will Smith turned down The Matrix to do Wild Wild West. I mean, it's one of those like all-time, mistakes. But hey, the results are in for our final debate, and our winner tonight is Jacqueline Wall. Nice job, Jacqueline. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. This is so fun.
Yeah, thank you for doing it. We're glad to have you join us, and hopefully, you can join us on some more shows in the future. It's been a good time.
Awesome.
So that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thank you to everybody that contributed questions and commented on the YouTube and was playing along with us. And thanks to Sarah for running the video production side of it. And we'll be back next Friday. And we're going to talk about Dolly Parton next Friday. So all week long, I will be watching Dolly Parton movies and listening to Dolly Parton. And if possible, Sarah and I will go to Dollywood, although I don't think that that's possible because of the pandemic. But we've been there before, so we understand what it's like. But tune in next Friday at 7:30. We're going to be talking about Dolly Parton. Thanks, everybody. We'll do the intro music if you want to hang out afterwards in the Zoom group. I'll be here for a few minutes afterwards. But we're just signing off now for the YouTube. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Night.